The almighty Prince Vegeta!
What's good, people? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today I'm going to be going over the most recent edition of the Gamepress Dragon Ball Legends tier list. But before I jump into that, I've got to apologise for not uploading over the last few days. I tried pulling for Ultra, Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken Goku, got completely shafted. And I've just felt sorry for myself ever since, but it's taken a few days. I've managed to just about get over it, and here I am, ready to make some videos again. So, as I said, reacting to the most recent Gamepress tier list. There has actually been a new tier added to this. I haven't seen anything about it, other than the fact that I think it's a tier above Z. That's all I've seen. I don't know who's in it, I don't know the orders, I don't know how many are in there, but I suppose we're about to find out. So, I'm not going to scroll down, I'm not going to read the description until I actually see who's in there, because I don't want to have it spoiled. But okay, tier god, there it is. Okay, so who do we have in there? I think I know who's going to be in there. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Goku number 1. Okay, that's gonna that's gonna cause some controversy. But before I comment on that, let's just read the description. So, tier god. God tier represent those fighters that are strong enough to determine the trajectory of the meta by themselves. These are the fighters that are generally considered broken, as their set of abilities is so remarkable that they're capable of winning matches on their own, which elevates their team to the very highest spots of the meta. Now, for Gogeta, that analysis is perfect. It literally is him, 100%. Goku, as I said, I didn't pull him. I haven't played the game because I've been so pissed off and I didn't even want to see him. So I've faced him like twice, maybe 3 times at the most. So I can't really comment on if he does fit that description, but I've seen a lot of good things about him. I've definitely seen a lot of good things about him. So I don't want to criticise Gamepress when I haven't really seen too much of him. I haven't used him myself. So I'm not going to say, oh, he's not number 1, he's not number 1, and just trash them for the sake of it, because that might actually be the case. But I 100% agree with them adding a new tier. It was so needed. Gogeta was just head and shoulders above everyone else in Z tier. So 100%, I think it was definitely needed. So yeah, I'm not really going to talk about God tier too much. I think I'll just have to see over the next few days when I actually encounter him at higher stars and more often. So moving on to Z tier. Okay, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta number 3. Okay, that's fair enough. Frieza number 4? What? Now, you know what, yeah? You know what? I've been using LOE quite a lot recently. And even though I don't think he should be number 4, I do think that I think he might be top 5 now, I'll be honest. He is so good, man. So good. If you've got double plat on him as well, he can actually tank really well. I was so surprised at how well he tanks. So, yeah, I mean, I think number 4 is a little bit of a stretch, but if you've got him at number 5, number 6, I wouldn't disagree with that. He is so good, man. He's so good. Jiren, above Goku and Vegeta, I don't agree with. I can understand Goku and Vegeta going down because Mono Purple has just been fucked. Super Vegeta is probably going to be lower as well, which is kind of expected because obviously the new Kaioken Goku probably shreds Mono Purple. So I can kind of understand that, but Jiren to be above them I think is a little bit harsh. Jiren doesn't really have a team. He's in the same position he was last week, or the last time they updated their tier list. I don't really think he has a solid enough team. I mean, you can run him on LOE, I guess, but I'm still of the opinion that First Form Frieza is the best purple for LOE, synergy-wise. So, I mean, individually, there might be a case to be made, but I still think their colour switching is so cancerous. Like, the fact they can go from a purple to more or less a red unit in a second is crazy. So, I mean, I guess if they want to do that, that's fine, but I wouldn't have Jiren above them personally. Now, Future Hon being moved up, about time. About time. It looks like they've finally seen Future Gohan's value. So I'm happy with that. Still no Sword of Hope Trunks, still no Super Vegeta, but Future Hon is good enough for me. He should have been in Z tier a long time ago, and finally they can see it, so that's fine. Now moving down to S, Sword of Hope is at the top. Okay, Super Vegeta is now number 3 in S. Final Form Revival Frieza above Super Vegeta? Damn. Damn. Now, as I briefly mentioned, Mono Purple probably has taken quite a hit. You know, they're going up against that Frieza constantly. They're going up against Kaioken Goku, I presume, constantly now. So, yeah, I can kind of see Mono Purple falling off a little bit now. and some of their units starting to drop down a little bit. But final form Frieza, the thing with him is with how common Gogeta 4 is, he just gets fucked by him, man. And he literally, like, if G4 triggers that revival, and most of the time he does, you have just took a huge disadvantage in that match, and it happens so frequently as well. Like, the amount of times I'll use LOE and encounter G4 and just not bring Frieza, it happens quite a lot. So I wouldn't personally have Frieza above Super Vegito, or even Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, to be honest. I'd have him below those two. But fair enough, I can't argue too much. You know, LOE are a great team, very solid team, so not too much of a complaint. I'm just happy Sword of Hope's #1, to be honest, in S tier. But, you know, that's fine. Super Vegito, yeah, that's cool. LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I'd probably have him above Super Vegito now, to be honest. Mono Purple, I presume struggling. I keep saying presume because, like I said, I haven't played too much, but I presume they're struggling now with that Kaioken Goku. And the fact that he is so good against... I mean, how many blue units do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3. So 3 blue units. And then also, with Tag Goku and Vegeta, once you do switch into Vegeta, he is weak to green units as well. So I do feel like LF Super Saiyan Blue could be above Vegito, just based on the amount of units that he counters above him. And Vegeta does also synergize really well with the new Kaioken Goku, supports him as well. So yeah, man, I think I'd probably put Vegeta above Vegito. First form Frieza, that's fine. Beerus, I think he's a little bit higher. He can't really take a hit too well, to be honest. I've just realised, where the hell is Revhon? Revhon's been dropped. Looks like Goku Black Zamasu have been booted out of S as well. I think that final form Frieza, full power Frieza, sorry, I think has been moved up. Death Buff Goku still scraping into S. I think he should be a little bit lower. I think he should be in tier 1 personally. Let's take a look at tier 1. So Bardock also been booted out of S. Okay, fair enough. So Goku Black Zamasu, top of tier 1. Revhon, #2. I think it's harsh. On Revhon, I think it's a little bit harsh. I mean, it is another yellow coming out that is just going to obliterate him. You know, he's not the best defensively, but he can hit back. Revhon does always do very solid damage, so I think it's a little bit harsh on him being in tier 1. Goku Black Zamasu I can understand, because obviously LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta has directly replaced them, so kind of understandable. Bardock, I think Super Saiyans have kind of run their course now. They've had that little spell where they were so dominant when Super Gogeta first came out, but I do feel like people are going for more utility-based teams now, so I can understand Bardock being a little bit lower now. First form Frieza, Podza, I think he should actually be a little bit higher. He is the undisputed green on LOE. Really good unit, synergizes really well, so I think Pod Frieza could arguably be an S. I mean, I'd have him above Chilled, to be honest, because Chilled is so conditional. And we aren't really seeing too much of Bardock at the moment, so I don't really think Chilled should be that high up. Otherworld Goku, I think, should be below that Pod Frieza as well. So, you know, but he is what he is. Majube, I mean, I guess he is a tier 1 unit. I think Evo should be higher, for sure. Actually, but then again, he has just been replaced, so... tier 1, screw it. It's tier 1, screw it. And then just a whole bunch of yellows. I think Bardock's been moved up. Was Bardock in tier 2? I think Bardock might have been in tier 2, you know. So he's been moved up by the looks of things. 8 Vegeta. He's now above Cell. Fuck you, Jehuti. Fuck you. 8 Vegeta moved up. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, FSK. I think FSK is a little bit low, for sure. I think FSK should maybe be bordering on S, to be honest. Maybe like where Majube is. I think FSK is going to definitely see a little bit more play with the inclusion of this new Goku, so I think he's a little bit low. Anyone else? Damn, Gogeta Blue's almost in tier 2. I agree. I think he's been replaced twice over now, maybe even 3 times over, if you include Majube on fusions. So, yeah, I can see that. Tier 2. Oh, Piccolo in tier 2. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. That's so harsh. I think that's harsh on Zamasu as well. Goten. I mean, Goten... I don't think he's a tier 2 unit, but I can kind of see it because of Revhon. You know, you're never going to bring him over Revhon. And Purple Red isn't really a viable team anymore, so... I guess Goten being that low. I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku, that's a little bit harsh as well. But You know what? I usually criticise these lists, but this isn't actually the worst list. I think this is a little bit better than usual. They've made a new tier. I mean, Revhon being in tier 1 is a bit harsh. I think Podza could be moved up. I think Bardock could even be moved up. But Ape's above Cell, so I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man, but just to scroll up again and take a little brief look at the God tier. As I said, I'm not really going to be able to judge this until I either pull him or encounter him a lot more, which I haven't done as of yet. But let me know down below what you guys think of God tier, what you think of Gogeta being number 2, Goku being number 1. And then Z tier, like I said, I'm happy they've finally moved up Future On. I'm not really too in agreement of Jiren being above Goku and Vegeta, but okay, if they want to go with that, I guess. Obviously Mono Purple's suffering at the moment. And then S tier, I think Frieza's a bit higher. I think Vegeta and Vegeto, you could switch them around, to be honest, whichever one you prefer. First form Frieza's cool there. Beerus could be moved down a little bit because of his lack of defense. Full power Frieza tanks well, but doesn't do too much damage and isn't on the optimal LOE setup in my opinion. Chilled could be moved down. As I said, Bardock doesn't really get much play at the moment. And then Otherworld Goku can definitely go down. So, yeah, that is the most recent Gamepress tier list. Let me know down below if there's anything that you agree with. Maybe there's something that you strongly disagree with, but let me know down below. Me personally, I'm a happy man. They've put Ape above Cell. They've put Future On up into Z. They've made a new tier for the Ultra units, which should have happened anyway. Maybe a little bit harsh on Revhon and some of the other units, but it is what it is. Pardon me, what can you do? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next one.